Hi guys, what's up? It's Joel Pitt here, back with another video, and in this video, it'll be for I'm Celebrity 2022, episode 19. I'll leave a link down below to episode 18. Of course, going to be spoilers. So without further ado, let's get on with it. So I'm back home in Manchester. I arrived back on Friday, and I've watched all the episodes up until now, so Thursday, Friday and Saturday, and of course the final is tonight, so I'll probably do that video tomorrow. And then, of course, there'll be the coming out show around early December time. But yeah, so the trial was called Savage Sourcing Office, and Chris and Owen decided to do it. So basically, one person was controlling this crane. They were blindfolded, and they got a shock every 30 seconds. And one was actually carried in this thing, and they had to find the stars in these boxes and then throw them into the post box. So like, Owen was doing overarm for the first two attempts. He didn't get them in, and then he was doing underarm. It was really hard. It seemed like quite far away. So we had 90 seconds per star. They were like in bags, in boxes. Only one had the star in. And there was like yabbies, mud crabs and eels in the first one. Then he had snakes, then rats, then spiders, green ants, and then slime fish, fish guts, and then offal. So he missed the first four. He got the fifth one in, but he didn't find the star in the last one. So they only got one star. Jill said she met Tim Cook, the new CEO of Apple, and also she did a poem that she recited. Then they were talking about who they would want in their like banquet or like around a dinner table, ideal guest basically. Jill said, so fictional, dead and then alive. So yeah, Joey from Friends, Roy Keane and Princess Diana, and she would have David Beckham as the naked chef. Then Matt said John F. Kennedy, Kevin Keegan and Pocahontas. But technically, actually, Pocahontas is sort of based on a real-life thing with something to do with John Smith in, North America. So technically, even though it is the Disney film, it's sort of like a real thing. And then Marilyn Monroe would be his naked chef, he said. Then Robin Williams, Samuel L. Jackson and Jason Bourne for Mike. And then for Sean, Jerry Seinfeld, Jim Carrey, then Charlie Chaplin, and then Ray from Ghostbusters, the blue ghost it was, and then Owen would be his naked chef. Matt was talking about like the reshuffle. I think Sean was like interested or something about it, or I don't know who it was. Then it was Jill and Sean doing this Deals on Wheels. So they had to get all the planets in order away from the sun. And then, so one goes through the black hole, they see the description of the planet, and then they figure out, it says Mars, red planet, Jupiter, the biggest one, Mercury, smallest. And then one was on this board, it wobbles, so they had to be careful. So they had a 10-minute warning, they eventually did it, and Jill, kicked a planet, Neptune, like a football. There was a chance to win chocolate, and the question was, which way does Kiosk Kev move his handle when you win the treat? A, forward, B, backwards, or C, down? Now, we've never seen it do down. Backwards is when they lose, so they thought forwards. They got it, but it was only it was a Mars bar or something, and they had to cut it up. It was like one bar. It was only like a little piece. Matt Hancock said he's met Barack Obama and said he told him 2 pieces of advice. Over-communicate, so, people don't fill in the gaps for you, and always wear the same type of outfit. They had venison for dinner. It was very small peas, but mixed in with the rice. It was actually a good combination, sort of like a risotto. Then Mike, Matt and Sean had a chance to win breakfast in the Outback factory. So they had to make these food items. They had 3 attempts for each one. So for beans and tomato, they had to make 6 hot dogs with mustard and ketchup. They had 1 minute for each person, and then it would move along. And then they had gloves, which made it harder. Eventually, they had an idea. Matt would do the buns, Sean would put the sausages in, and then Mike would put the ketchup and mustard in. Then for bread and hash browns, they had to make a cake with florets and happy birthday Kev. Matt did better writing on the first one, but on the first time he did the florets, so there wasn't enough room for the writing in. And then there was like cockroaches and all sorts coming in. So they did both of them. And then for bacon and eggs, they had to put ice cream on cones, sprinkled, and then the strawberry sauce on. Owen was loving the news when they said they completed it all, and then we said they'll see the next. They said they're going to show the breakfast in the next episode, and it was between Sean and Chris going, and the person leaving next was Chris. By the way, that is all for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.